What's up, YouTube? This is your boy John from the Jersey Shore, and I'm back with you today to talk about Ralph Singleton's 1990 adaptation of Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. The Graveyard Shift starred David Andrews, Kelly Wolf, Stephen Macht, and a young Brad Dourif. This movie starts off with a dude coming to town. He's a stranger, he's not from there, he's just in town looking for work. He sort of looks like a drifter just passing by, looking for a couple quick bucks. Stephen Macht's character hires this dude to work the graveyard shift down at the cotton mill. The cotton mill is completely overrun with these big-ass rats. There's rats everywhere you look. What they're trying to accomplish in this place is they're trying to get the basement of the cotton mill up and running within a week. So our main character, David Andrews, he is hired on to work in the basement for the next week. Him and a bunch of the other guys who already are employed by the cotton mill, who don't seem to like him very much, they are tasked with going down, getting all the rat infestation out of there, getting everything cleaned up. The problem is this place is in dire straits, man. This place, everything is soaking wet. Everything is covered in wet cotton and mouse shit. The whole place is overrun with these gigantic rats. It's really gross. The director creates one of the grossest environments that I've ever seen in a movie. It's everything, like I said, it's completely soaking wet. Everything is muddy. Everything is rat infested. Wet cotton everywhere. Blood everywhere. Rats everywhere. Everybody's just covered in sweat and grime. It's really gross. So while they're digging around down in this rat-infested basement, they come across what is referred to in the story as a trap door, which really it doesn't look like, or excuse me, I think I actually may even call it like a secret passage, but it really isn't. It just almost looks like a basement door inside of a basement. It's not so secret. The problem is it's just covered up with a bunch of crap. So they open up this door, and they decide to send somebody down there with a hose to start cleaning this thing out. At this point, nobody has even been down there. It's almost like the basement of the basement. So they send somebody down there. Once he goes down, he falls through yet another floor, falls into a big thing of water, and there is obviously some gigantic creature in the water with him. Eventually, everybody in the cast is downstairs in this basement and sub-basement, in the basement of the sub-basement. Everybody's down there. Everything's flooded. There's rats everywhere you look. It's really gross. It's absolutely disgusting. So when they're down there, like I said, there's some giant creature that's down there in the water. Well, as it turns out, you would think that it's a giant rat, right? Or a giant mouse, or some sort of a giant rodent is what you would think it would be. Lo and behold, it is a giant bat. That the problem down there is not a giant rat. It's not a giant mouse. It's not a huge possum. It's a giant bat. So when they're all down there, they are finding piles and piles of human bones and human remains down there, and now they have to fight this giant rat. In addition to the giant rat, the boss is an asshole. They got to fight that guy too. They're trying to get out of there. The boss is trying to kill them. Everybody's trying to avoid the giant bat. It's kind of crazy. On a little side note, Stephen Macht, the guy who plays the boss, he actually looks like a less fit John Barenthal from The Walking Dead. The movie culminates with David Andrews' character and Kelly Wolf's character getting into a big fight with Stephen Macht's character. They're down there, they're trying to get out of this sub-basement or basement of a basement or hidden basement or whatever in the world it is. They're trying to survive each other and get out of this basement while there's a giant bat down there trying to eat them. And there's mice down there, they're everywhere. So the whole thing, basically, the ending of this movie is those three getting into a big fight and only one person surviving. This movie was okay. Graveyard Shift. It feels like a lot of the older mid-80s to mid-90s Stephen King films were. They're not high-budget productions. They're not low-budget productions. They're kind of middle-of-the-road productions. And this just felt typical of that. A lot of the acting in the movie is either way overacted or kind of subdued and way underacted. It was really weird to see Brad Dourif in this movie. I have seen this movie, but it's been, I couldn't even tell you when the last time I saw it it was. It was long enough ago that this was like watching a brand new movie for me. I didn't really remember any of it, and I certainly didn't remember that Brad Dourif was in it. It's really strange to me that Brad Dourif, he's a young Brad Dourif. This movie's very old. It's 29-year-old movie? And a young Brad Dourif still kind of looks old. And even though he's the only name that's actually in this movie, he's a name now, but he wasn't a name then. He just gets killed off. He's like an exterminator that works around the cotton mill all the time. And his character really is of no importance. He's hired to work there. He's hired to kill rats. He's hired to exterminate. But he's killed, and once he's lost, the movie didn't miss anything. So the Graveyard Shift's all right. I would say don't lose any sleep over it if you haven't seen it. But if you get a chance to watch it, give it a watch. It's like a capsule. It's like a place in time for Stephen King's adaptations. I guess out of 10, I'll give it 5, maybe 6 to be nice. But it's like I said, the acting is either overacted or underacted. The effects in the movie are minimal. It's just okay. That's my vote for the movie. It's okay. Whatever. So I guess the bottom line is this: I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. If you come across it, give it a watch. If you don't ever come across it and you don't ever see it, don't lose any sleep over it. You're really not missing anything. All right, so that's going to do it for my lackluster review of Ralph Singleton's mediocre adaptation of the Stephen King short story, The Graveyard Shift. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video, subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to go on this journey with me. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, have a kick-ass day, and thank you for watching.